this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial on how to cut this stylish backless halter neck gathered layered flea dress. So if this is something you like, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. And this dress is from Femin Locks. So to start drafting, we're going to work on the upper part of this dress first, which includes the shoulder to bust, under bust and waistline. Then I'm going to mark the shoulder divided by 2 and I'll come down by 1 inch. After that, I'll mark out a basic neckline of 3 inches and I'm going to connect for my shoulder slope. Now the next step is to find your chest line, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. And whatever you have, mark a straight line at that point. That is your chest line. The next step I'm going to take is to mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2 again on the chest line, and I'm going to place my ruler to draw out a straight line. After marking that, I'm going to go ahead to divide my armhole into 2 equal parts. I will mark the midpoint of the armhole. After marking it, I'll come out by ½ inch. I'll place my tape and I'll mark the bust measurement divided by 4. After marking that, I'll connect this all the way up and I'll connect to the bust circumference divided by 4. Now the next step I'll take is to go ahead to mark my dart. I'll start by marking my nipple to nipple divided by 2. I'll connect from the bust to the waistline. Then from that midpoint, I'm going to connect this all the way to this point. Now the next step I'll take is to go ahead to mark my dart intake. I'll take mark ½ inch here. If your bust is fuller, you use 1 inch. Here I'll mark 1.5 for a smaller bust. If your bust is fuller, you're going to use 2 inches at that side. I'll repeat the same thing at this side and I'll also mark. Then I'll place my ruler connecting those lines that I marked. So after marking this, I will go ahead to place my ruler and connect from the bust to the under bust, and I will also connect at this side. So the next step now is I'm going to mark ½ inch on both sides of that dart, and I will be connecting it back to the initial dart that we have there. So I'm going to connect for both sides of the dress. So after I'm done connecting for both sides of the dress, then I'll measure it, giving me 1 inch. Then I'll replace it and connect it at the armhole. Now I'll start inserting my body measurement. My bust measurement divided by 4. Add extra 1 inch to it because of this dart intake at the armhole. Then I'll just add ½ inch for sewing allowance. Mark the waist measurement divided by 4. Then I'll also take this dart intake, replace it by the side and add ½ inch for stitching allowance. We are not really stitching that side, we'll still cut it out. So for the waistline of this dress, mark the waist measurement divided by 4. Then I will go ahead to pick the dart intake. Then I'll replace it by the side, and after that I'll add ½ inch for stitching allowance. Remember, we are still going to cut that part out because of the design we have on the dress. I'll mark my bust dart. To get your bust dart is the difference between your shoulder to waist in front and your shoulder to waist at the back. Then I'll go ahead to connect. So after I'm done connecting at this point, mark out a basic neckline of 3 inches by 2.5. Then I will go ahead to connect it. Connecting it, I'll come down by 1.5 inches from the neckline. So if you are not okay with this 1.5 inches, you can just extend it more to like 2 inches down, right? This is just the front neckline, and then we are connecting it to the side. So while connecting to the side, instead of connecting straight, I'll come out a bit by ½ inch by the side, because when you're joining your princess dart, you find out the front side tends to be longer than that of the side, and to avoid shortage I added extra ½ inch. So if you're joining it and you have an excess by the side, you can easily cut out that little ½ inch I added. Now what I will do is I'll go ahead to curve this out. Just like we have by the side of this dress, I will just go ahead to curve it out a bit. Then I will outline with my marker. The next step I will take is to measure the full neckline I have at the front, which is about 4.5 inches. Now, to determine the back neckline, what I'll do is I'll mark what I'll be using for the neckline at the back also, which is 3 by 1 inch. I'll connect, then I'll also measure it out. What I have is 3.5, so 4.5 plus 3.5 will give me 8 inches, and that 8 inches I'll be cutting it on fold. So if you're done cutting and the neckline seems to be a bit big, you can always go ahead to readjust it from the back of the dress. So that is from the back of the neckline. I'll go ahead to cut this out, and after cutting it out, we'll draft out the rest of the pattern. So after cutting this out, I will go ahead to join it with sellotape just to explain how it's going to look when you're done sewing. I'll just go ahead to use my sellotape to hold it. I'm actually using a nylon transparent sellotape. So this is what I have now. You're going to join this. Let's say you're making this dress. You're going to join it to the upper part of the dress. So after you're done joining it, if you have any excess by the side, you can easily go ahead to trim it out. So now we're going to join the upper part. So I'll just go ahead and measure that 8 inches I have here, the total neckline for the front and back. Now I'll divide it by 2, and from the back I'll come up by ½ inch. After coming up, I'll connect it this way. Then the next step I'll take is to come up by 2 inches. That is how high you want your neckline, that is your collar, to be. So I'll just go ahead to connect it. So after connecting it, I'll just go ahead to cut this out. So this is my collar for this dress. So I'll just go ahead to use a sellotape to hold it to the neckline. I'll just go ahead to hold it. Now, when you do this and you feel that what you have for the collar is too long, you can actually readjust it by the back, because the back of the dress is backless, so you can easily readjust the collar, reduce it to your neckline size. Now let's cut the lower part of this dress. For the lower part, we have 2 layers of flare. Now another thing you will notice is that the lower part of this dress does not have a lining. It's just 2 layered flare joined together. Now you're going to fold this into 2 equal parts and then fold it again. We are cutting the form of a 360-degree flare. Right, when you're cutting this dress, you're not going to use your actual waistline. Let's say your waistline is 30 inches, you're going to use 60 inches. Now if you notice, there's no lining underneath this dress. She's just putting on a black underwear then before putting on the dress. So if you like, you can add lining to yours too. So now let's start by cutting. Just like I said, is if your waist is 30, you can use 60 inches. Now that 60 inches, you're going to divide it by 4, because we folded our pattern into 4. This is a 360-degree flare. But because this is a pattern paper, I'll be cutting mine in a smaller size. Let's say that the measurement I'm using here is 20 inches. 20 inches, if I divide it by 4, it will give me 5 inches. What I'll now do is to draw out a semicircle of 5 inches. Now this is an easier way of cutting out your flare if you don't want to go ahead to do a lot of calculation. Now for your actual waistline, let's say if you're using that 60 inches, you're going to divide 60 by 4. If you divide it by 4, what you're going to have is 15. That is, let's say if you're actually using your waistline, let's say the person's waistline is 30 and you're using extra 30 inches to cut it out. So what you do is place your tape wherever your tape meets the line at first. That is what you're going to take all the way around your fabric or pattern, right? Then after marking that, you're going to draw out a straight line reconnecting it. That is actually your new waistline. You just go ahead to reconnect it. Now after connecting it, you want to measure the first length of the layer of flay that you'll be cutting out. So you have to measure that. You have to actually decide the length. So whatever length you have, just make sure that you're going to add extra 1 inch or 1.5 to it because of the joining allowance at the upper part, and we're also going to add a crinoline at the lower part of the dress. So that is for sewing allowance. Then after marking the length all through, you reconnect it and then you go ahead to cut this out. So after cutting this out, you have no need cutting it into two, unless whatever you have is not enough. So you just have to go ahead, cut another one and join it. From what we have at the back, there's no joining. So if you cut your circle flay and it is enough, all you have to do is join it to the waistline. Unless you draft it and whatever you have is not enough, you can go ahead to cut and join back. So we are folding for the second layer of flay. This one will be longer than the first layer. So I went ahead to fold this into four, just like I did for the first layer of flay. Now that same waistline you use for the front, let's say your waist is 30, you can use like 60 inches, 70 inches, right? You use the same thing. Now you're going to divide it by 4. Whatever you have again, you divide 60 by 4, you'll be having 15 inches. You place your tape and you draw out a semicircle of 15 inches. So let's just say that this is the semicircle. Now what you now do is you're going to place your tape wherever it touches. We have 3.5 here. You're still going to take it all the way around and then you're going to reconnect it. That will now be the new waistline of your flay. So I'll just go ahead to outline. Now the next step I'll take is to take the length of the longer flay. So when taking the length, you also add extra 1 to 1.5 inches for joining allowance to the upper part and for joining your crinoline to the lower part of this dress. Now you're going to take whatever measurement you have and you're going to mark it all the way around. After marking it all the way around, you're going to go ahead to reconnect it. Now after reconnecting it, this is what you have. Now the next step you're going to take is to go ahead to cut this out. After cutting it out, you'll be joining it to the other flay. So just like I said, you don't have to like cut out two flay, except what you have is not enough. You now cut out and join it. So let's say that what I have is fuller enough for the waistline. So I'll just join back this one that I slit into two. Remember, like I said, you don't have to like cut it open unless what you have is not enough. You have to now cut two and join it back again. So after this, you'll be joining the front and you'll be joining the waistline together. You'll be stitching it together. Then you now bring your waistline and then you're going to join it. So for this pattern, I'm just working on one side, but when you're cutting yours, please cut it on fold. That is for the upper part, you'll be cutting it on fold. You have two sides. So you now join your waistline, join it with 1/2 inch. When you join it with 1/2 inch, this is what you'll be having, that layered effect at the lower part of the dress. Now for the excess you'll be having at the back, because you didn't use your actual measurement, there's an elastic at the back of this dress. You're going to add an elastic to the back of this dress. So this remaining 1/2 inch, you'll be creating an elastic casing. To create an elastic casing, you can go ahead to cut out fabric about 1 inch. So what you now do is you're going to place it from this 1/2 inch after joining your waistline. You're going to stitch it all the way around the remaining part of the back. Now what you're trying to do is to create an elastic casing. Then you fold it in, then fold it in again and top stitch it inside. That way you create an elastic casing. Then you're going to go ahead to pass your elastic and drag it to match your back waistline at the back. Now in front, you notice there's a band. That band looks like it was actually cut out and placed on the waistline. Then you tack it down on both sides. Then you can now tie it at the back. That is, after cutting the band, place it on the front waistline, tack it by the side. Then you can now tie it at the back of your dress.